Oh, there we go. Panopticon has been recalibrated. Let's go real quick over Game 2's scores. At the top of the league, the Firefighters managed to douse the Flames of the Shoe Thieves. Firefighters 5, Shoe Thieves 3. Shoe Thieves were shamed. Sunbeams hosting the Tigers. Tigers burst out of their cage and mauled the Sunbeams. Tigers 2, Sunbeams 1. Stakes hosting the Lovers. Lovers went all the way. Lovers 5, Stakes 2. Shibo, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Thank you for the follow. Sorry if I butchered it. Breathmints hosting the Millennials. Breathmints kept it minty fresh. 5 to Millennials 4. Spies hosting the Moist Talkers. Moist Talkers kept it wet. Spies dried out. Moist Talkers 3, Spies 2. Jazz Hands hosting the Dale. Jazz Hands kept it jazzy. Jazz Hands 6, Dale 4. Our kills, I believe that's how it is. Our kills in chat. Thank you for the follow. Rowan Wordsmith says, the stakes, we're just grilling here. And as long as they're grilling and having a good time, that's all that matters here at Blaseball. Let's jump back to those scores for a moment. Crabs hosted the Pies. Pies kept it flaky fresh, beating out the Crabs. Pies 3, Crabs 2. Crabs were shamed. Magic hosting the Tacos. Game 1, Tacos said, we don't believe in magic. Magic came back with peer research, tomes upon tomes, and arcane implements and said abracablasted and destroyed the Tacos 11-1. Wild Wings hosting the Garages. Wild Wings 8, Garages 6, and the Fridays realized that it was still Friday and they still had sports to play and came back to the field after beginning to be routed. Oh, hold on one second, folks. We're just kicking off the day now. Fridays managed to win at 7-6 versus the Flowers. Let's Blaseball! Strawberry Mouse, thanks for the follow. Let's play ball. Right now, everyone's stretching, everyone's warmed up, and the games are heating up now. The umpires managed to quickly and stealthily move the metal box containing the last remaining pages of the Forbidden Book without any of us noticing, and I don't even think they played the first note of the national anthem because everyone's so excited about Game 99. The final game of Season 2 and the last game of our human broadcast day. We've got one person on base for the Magic right now. Let's jump over there with the Panopticon lenses. Here we are. Perfect. Magic has had someone on first and second. Sunbeams have someone on first right now. Sutton Picklestein had just drew a walk for the Magic. Francisco Preston batting for the Magic. Washabaraja steals third. Francisco Preston hits a single and scores. Magic on the board. It looks like Magic is the first team. Yeah, it's the first team right now with any points. Bevan Wise batting for the Magic. Quick scroll through the league. Spies also have points on the board with 1. Sunscotch batting now 2 outs. Sunscotch hits a single, first and second loaded right now for the Spies with 2 outs. Alexandria Rosales batting now. Couple of folks shouting in the chat. Sportsmanship from New Fur. Jones, ice cream. Got to get down on Friday. Radier Musician calling for the Shoe Thieves. Go Shoe Thieves. Your kicks are our kicks. Just Ochan saying go Thieves. All right, let's jump through the scores here real quick. Tigers have a point on the board right now, and somebody on second. Alyssa Harrell batting right now. Spies are still holding their lead against Moist Talkers. Most of the league is still locked up, 0-0. Magic is pulling out all the stops right now. Magic 3 to Tacos 0. And they're switching off now. Tacos will be batting. Let's see at the bottom of the first. Tacos can start putting some points on the board. Outside of the Sunbeams and Tigers, Magic and Tacos, Spies and Moist Talkers, everyone else is locked at 0-0. Thank you, sports fans, for popping in and watching with us today here at the finals of Season 2. Tigers still holding on to their 1-point lead right now. Sunbeams batting. Crabs and Pies still deadlocked. Same with the Wild Wings, Flowers and Fridays, Stakes and Lovers. Jazz Hands and Dale Breath Mints and Millennials also, along with the Shoe Thieves and Firefighters, everyone deadlocked. All right, let's take a quick skip through the league and try and keep an eye on the stuff that's going on. Ronan Combs batting for the Wild Wings. They have one person on base right now and one out, and they have one run. Let's see if maybe something will happen here. We also have runners on bases for the Moist Talkers and for the Crabs right now. Sel Barajas batting, and Sel Barajas hits a 2-run home run for the Wild Wings, 3-0 versus the Garages, right now with 2 outs. Congratulations, Wild Wings, on making that lead a little more dominant. Forrest Best batting for the Crabs, no outs, first and second loaded, 1 foul. And strike looking. Forrest Best struck out, swinging. Let's take a quick skip through the league and let's see what's going on here. Tacos have managed to put a point on the board against the Magic, but the Magic is still keeping a lead, 3-1. Breath Mints have just decided to start dominating out there. 3-0, Boyfriend Montreal just hitting a ground out to Richardson Games. Marquez Clark batting for the Breath Mints with 2 outs. Shoe Thieves and Firefighters, Jazz Hands and Dale are still deadlocked, double zeros. Let's take another quick skip through the league. Pies and Crabs are still locked, so are Fridays and Flowers, Steaks and Lovers, all double zeros. Spies have put another point on the board after Reese Clark hits a, Reese Clark just hit a double that was not tied to the score run. Rat Polk on base, love to see it from Strawberry Mouse in the chat. All right, sports fans. Schneider Bendy hits a double for the Millennials. He's on sorry. We'll get better about that. Anyway, they're on second. Wesley Dudley batting for the Millennials. And a foul and a ball. Let's take a quick skip through the league here while we're waiting to see how that resolves. Schneider Bendy steals third. Wesley Dudley hits a sacrifice fly. Schneider Bendy tags up and scores. Millennials are on the board even though they're a little behind the Breath Mints right now. Richardson Games batting for the Millennials, 2 outs. A quick shout out run to some of the folks just following me. Just Ochan, Inferior Loaf, and Malbry. Thank you so much for the follows. Let me jump back to the Panopticon and let's take a look at what's going on. The Shoe Thieves have someone on first with 2 outs. Morrow Doyle hits a single. They've got someone on first and third with 2 outs, and they might be able to break the deadlock with the Firefighters. Ren Hunter batting for the Shoe Thieves. Strike 1 looking. Ball 1. Ball 2. Winnie McCall just hits a single for the Millennials. First and third loaded for the Millennials with 2 outs. We'll see if something happens there too. Ren Hunter draws a walk. Bases loaded for the Shoe Thieves. Velasquez Alstott batting next. Chorby Soul batting for the Millennials right now. 2 outs. First and third loaded. Chorby Soul hits a single. Millennials score. Breath Mints 3. Millennials 2. Velasquez Alstott hits a single. 2 score. Shoe Thieves break the deadlock with the Firefighters. Shoe Thieves 2. Firefighters 0. Let's skip through the league real quick. Jazz Hands and Dale are still 0-0. Magic is still leading against the Tacos. Magic 3, Tacos 1. Tigers are bursting out of their cage, ferociously attacking the Sunbeams. Tigers 3, Sunbeams 0 at the bottom of the third. Crabs and Pies still deadlocked, 0-0 at the bottom of the third. Top of the third, Spies 2, Moist Talkers 1. Bottom of the second, Wild Wings 3, Garages 2. Top of the fourth, Flowers and Fridays still deadlocked, 0-0. And bottom of the third, Steaks 1, Lovers 0. Canis Demandus in chat says, Firefighters, please. I feel you. Matcha in chat also says, you have to bet on no stars, Lars. You just never know. Let's jump back up to the top of the standings. Shoe Thieves are still leading against the Firefighters 2-0. Breath Mints have distanced a little bit from the Millennials. Breath Mints 4, Millennials 2. Jazz Hands and Dale still locked up 0-0. Rodriguez Internet batting for the Breath Mints right now with 2 outs. Someone on first. Breath Mints might be able to distance a little further right now. Let's stick on this game for a moment before jumping further down the league. Rodriguez, Internet hits a double, 1 score. Breath Mints 5, Millennials 2. Isabeth Guerra batting for the Breath Mints. And Rodriguez, Internet caught stealing third base. Let's jump through the rest of the score really fast. Jazz Hands and Dale still deadlocked 0-0. Magic still dominating against the Tacos. Magic 3, Tacos 1. Tigers absolutely ferocious right now. Tigers 6, Sunbeams 0. Crabs and Pies deadlocked still 0-0. Spies and Moist Talkers have locked it back up into a tie 2-2. Wild Wings still dominating against the Garages 4-2. Fridays and Flowers having a peaceful, quiet afternoon together 0-0 right now. Stakes have finally put a point on the board, taking the lead from the Lovers. Stakes 1, Lovers 0. Let's jump back up to the top. Shoe Thieves still 2-0. Stu Trololo batting for the Shoe Thieves. 1 person on first, no outs. Let's see if Trololo can capitalize on this. Strikes out looking. Let's take a quick skip down to the Millennials Breath Mints game. They just switched over. Breath Mints are now batting against the Millennials. Thank you, folks, for chatting and having all sorts of wonderful comments. I'm going to try my best to comment and catch them. We have Iron Lion up to bat from Halcyon, and it's a triple. I missed that. Thank you for the call-out. We have a couple of people cheering on Steak Knife and a couple of people shouting, "We are from Chicago." Let's jump through the league really fast. Steak's still holding on to a 1-point lead over the Lovers. Flowers have started to germinate and put a point on the board against the Fridays. Wild Wings are still holding out against the Garages. Wild Wings 4, Garages 2. Spies and Moist Talkers are still locked up 2-2. Crabs and Pies locked up 0-0. Tigers still ferocious. Tigers 6, Sunbeams 0. Magic still bringing the magic. Magic 4, Tacos 1. Jazz Hands and Dale locked up 0-0. Breath Mints still keeping it fresh and keeping a lead on the Millennials. Breath Mints 6 now, Millennials 2. Shoe Thieves still holding on to their lead against the Firefighters. Shoe Thieves 2, Firefighters 0. R.W. Cole, thank you so much for the follow. Let's take a quick skip through the league and see what's going on. Tacos have a point on the board, but Magic is 6-1 right now. Sunbeams have a point on the board, but Tigers are still fierce 6 to Sunbeams 1. Spies have broken the lead with the broken the tie and seized the lead from the Moist Talkers. Spies 3, Moist Talkers 2. Rest of the league seems to be pretty steady from where they were before, but let's jump back to the Wild Wings Garages game here for just a moment. Wild Wings have someone on first and second, and 2 outs, 3 balls. Let's see what happens here. Miguel Wheeler draws a walk for the Wild Wings. Bases loaded for the Wings, 2 outs. Lawrence Horn batting. Let's see what happens. Matcha in chat says Malik just stole 3 for the Beams. We'll have to swing over there and take a look at the Beams in just one moment. Velasquez Meadows is batting for the Beams right now. Someone on first and second for the Beams. They might be able to put some more points on the board and be able to try and catch up to the Hades Tigers. Velasquez Meadows hits a ground out to Ren Morin, but people manage to grab a couple of bases. Second and third are loading. Ignatius de la Cruz batting for the Sunbeams and hits a fly out to Randy Castillo. Let's take another quick look around the league. The Crabs look like they may break the deadlock with someone on first and second. The Moist Talkers are looking to try and make a comeback with someone on first and third right now. And the rest of the league is pretty stable right now. The Jazz Hands have broken the deadlock with the Dale with 1 point, but the Dale have someone on first and third. Oh, never mind. It was for naught. Millennials have managed to score another point. Breath Mints are still leading 6-3. Magic is still dominating 7-1 versus the Tacos. There are so many games to watch all at the same time. Thankfully, the Panopticon lets us catch almost everything. But there's still so much going on. Princess Ruby wondering what's going to happen after these matches. They will be switching into the off-season until Monday when the games start for Season 3. And what will happen then? We don't know because there's so many votes that have not been tabulated just yet. Let's take a quick skip through the league. Shoe Thieves 2, Firefighters 0, still holding out. Firefighters batting now. Rivers Rosa batting. Breath Mint still keeping it fresh and minty and holding the lead against the Millennials. Breath Mint 6, Millennials 3. Jazz Hands versus Dale. Jazz Hands 1, Dale 0. Magic still keeping it magical and mystical and highly scoring pointing with Magic 7, Tacos 1. Sunbeams hosting the Tigers. Tigers hosting a mauling for the Sunbeams. Tigers 6, Sunbeams 1. Crabs hosting Pies. Crabs have broken the deadlock. Crabs are leading right now with 1 run. Spies hosting Moist Talkers. Spies are leading right now by 1 run, 3-2. Wild Wings keeping a hold on their lead currently, 4 to Garages 3. The Fridays and Flowers game is heating up a little bit. Fridays have someone on first and second. Now first and third. Christian Combs just hit a single and scored, putting the Fridays on the board, tying it up. They have someone on first and third. We have a couple of people shouting out stuff in the chat. Tacos, please, and some sadness from Strawberry Mouse. A couple of people shouting out violence is always the answer for the fan favorite on the, I believe it's the Tigers team, Landry Violence. Stakes, people shouting for Tyga, hoping that he won't quit. Let's take a quick look. Fridays have managed to put another point on the board and still have someone on first and third with no outs. Ronan Combs draws a walk for the Wings and someone on first and third with 2 outs. Let's see if Cel Barajas can capitalize on this. Sebastian Sunshine is batting, strikes out though for the Fridays. We're going to jump back up to the top of the league here in just a moment. York Silk batting for the Fridays. Cel Barajas just hit a ground out for the Wings. York Silk hits first on Christian Combs scores, though, through this. Fridays are taking the lead 3-1 right now. Let's jump up real quick to the top of the league. Some things have been shaking up because the Millennials are on the chase right now against the Breath Mints. Millennials have tied it up. Millennials 6, Breath Mints 6. Shoe Thieves are still holding on to their lead, 2 runs to Firefighters 0. Thank you, Lesbian Toast, for following us on Twitch. Let's jump through the league real quick. Jazz Hands still holding the lead, 1-0. Magic still... Oh, Magic might be super interesting right now. Alexandri Walton batting. Bases loaded for the Magic. There's a ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Walton can capitalize on these bases loaded. Moody Cookbook is batting for the Tigers, and according to the wiki, you should exercise caution while operating heavy machinery while Moody Cookbook is batting. Moody Cookbook hit a triple and is on third now. The Magic have not been able to capitalize on their bases loaded just yet. Hello, listeners, and thank you for watching Blaseball Radio. We're trying to keep up with everything, but thank you so much for your viewership. I'm your radio host, and right now I've got my attention focused on the Magic Tacos game because they've got bases loaded right now, but we'll do a quick run-through of all of the games in the league in just one moment. Oscar Dolly batting for the Magic, 2 outs, bases loaded. Gail in chat saying, Jazz Hands, why? All right, Magic were not able to capitalize on their bases loaded status, so let's jump through the league real quick. Top of the 7th, Shoe Thieves are leading 2-0 against the Firefighters. Top of the 6th, Breath Mints and Millennials. Oh, Breath Mints just broke the tie, 7-6 right now. They're still batting, but they still have 2 outs and 1 person on base. We'll see if Hewitt Best just hits a single. So first and second are loaded right now for the Breath Mints with 2 outs. Let's jump further a little down the league. Jazz Hands are getting trounced right now by the Dale. Dale 4, Jazz Hands 1, top of the 8th. Richardson Games is batting for the Millennials next. Let's jump a little further down the league. Magic 7, Tacos 1. Tigers still keeping up with their mauling. Tigers 7, Sunbeams 2. Crabs holding on to their lead with their pinchy little claws. Crabs 4, Pies 1. Spies and Moist Talkers have tied it back up 3-3 at the top of the 6th. Wild Wings are still dominating against the Garages, 5-3 at the top of the 6th. The Fridays are showing up and playing ball. Fridays 3, Flowers 1 at the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 7th for the Stakes and the Lovers. Stakes are still holding on to their 1-point lead against the Lovers. Let's jump back up. Tigers have put some more points on the board. Tigers 8, Sunbeams 2. Tacos have managed to get another point on the board. Rat Polk batting with someone on first. Let's see. Oh, and a fly out. Sorry, Tacos fans. Magic still dominating 7-2. The Shoe Thieves have decided that stealing shoes is not enough. They have to steal the entire game. Shoe Thieves 5 right now. Firefighters 0. Let's take a quick scroll through the rest of the league and see if anything's heating up. Stakes have somebody on first and third right now. Spies have someone on first and second right now with 2 outs, and that was not capitalized on, but Stakes managed to get a run. Summers Pony batting for them with someone on first and 2 outs. And there's a strike for Summers Pony. We'll jump through the league scores here in just a moment. Unfortunate Shape says in the chat, obviously we have to steal the whole game. Like, duh. Yes, it's in the name, I know. But it's still fun. Friday's still leading against the Flowers. Friday's 4, Flowers 1. Let's jump to the very top of our league real quick. The Breathmints have managed to distance themselves a little further from the Millennials. Breathmints 8, Millennials 6. Isabeth Guerrera hitting a single. Eduardo Ingram batting next for the Mints. Shoe Thieves are still dominating 5-0 against the Firefighters. Jazz Hands are still getting trounced by the Dale. Dale 4, Jazz Hands 1. Magic still winning. Magic 7, Tacos 2. Tigers continuing their mauling of the Sunbeams, which seems physically impossible. Tigers biting sunlight, but maybe it's hard light. They're doing a great job of it, though. Tigers 8, Sunbeams 2. Crabs keeping a hold of their victory. Crabs 4, Pies 1. Spies and Moist Talkers tied up 3. Wild Wings continuing their lead 6 versus Garages 3. Friday still holding out 4-1 against the Flowers. Stakes holding out 2 against 0 for the Lovers. Let's jump back up to the top of our board, and I'm going to pause my microphone for just a moment to grab a quick sip of coffee. Coffee, great stuff, but it's not Blaseball. And speaking of Blaseball, the Dale just finished their game against the Jazz Hands and won. The underdog Dales have won. Congratulations, Dale, on the last game of the season. Let's jump through and see what else is going on in the league. Shoe Thieves are still dominating. Stu Trololo batting now with someone on first. And struck out swinging. Millennials are batting right now and have somebody on first. Traumaster Senior hits a single and gets to first. They've got someone on first and second with 2 outs. Can Schneider Bendy capitalize on this? For the Millennials. Ball 1. Foul ball. Ball 2. Bendy might get a walk and be able to potentially set up some things for the Millennials, but let's see. Ball 3 for Bendy. Antonio Wallace just stole third for the Shoe Thieves with Workman Gloom batting. Another foul for Schneider Bendy, and then hits a ground out to Boyfriend Monreal. My condolences, New York. Workman Gloom just struck out looking, so no change in points for the Shoe Thieves and Firefighters. The Tacos have decided to show up to the game and chasing the Magic right now. Magic is still leading 7, Tacos 5. Sunbeams are still getting mauled by the Tigers. Tigers 8, Sunbeams 2. Crabs still 4, Pies 1. Spies have broken the tie. Spies 4, Moist Talkers 3. Wild Wings 6, Garages 3. Friday's still holding out on 4 with Flowers 1. And the Stakes have put another point on the board. Stakes 3, Lovers 0. I've heard a warning about Cookbook being on the field. Beware. Let's take a quick skim through the league. Chicago is not doing great tonight, folks. 2 outs. Wesley Poole batting. No points on the board at the bottom of the 8th. And they're out. Swamwell Mora pitching for the Firefighters at the top of the 9th. This does not look well for Chicago. Let's continue to scroll through the rest of the league. Breathmints are still leading 8 to Millennials 6 at the top of the 8th. Top of the 7th, Magic is still dominating 8 to Tacos 5. They've got someone on first and second right now with 1 out. Let's keep an eye on this for just a moment. Also going on in the league right now, Pies have someone on first and third. They're lagging behind 2 points with the Crabs. We'll see if that shakes out. Elizabeth Elliott just struck out swinging for the Magic. Oscar Dolly batting now for the Magic. Mickey Woods hit a ground out, not capitalizing on the people on bases. Oscar Dolly hits a 3-run home run. Washer Barajas up for the Magic. Now Magic leading 11-5. It looks like the anti-magic charms that the Tacos had earlier in this game set have broken, worn off, or possibly been destroyed. Washer Barajas hitting a single. Tigers picking up another run against the Sunbeams. Tigers 9, Sunbeams 2. A quick run through the league. Stakes are still holding their 3-run lead over the 0 for the Lovers. The Flowers and Fridays game has already wrapped up. Fridays 4, Flowers 1. Fridays have decided to go home and just chill for the rest of the weekend, or at least until the next game starts. Wings are currently dominating with an... Oh, there's another run for the Wings. Lawrence Horn just hitting a triple and scoring a point. Wild Wings 9, Garages 5. Spies leading 4, Moist Talkers 3. Crabs are still holding on to their lead. Crabs 4, Pies 2 at the top of the 9th. At the top of the 9th for the Sunbeams and Tigers. Tigers are leading 9-2. Bottom of the 7th, Magic is dominating 11 to Tacos 5. The Jazz Hands and the Dale have already wrapped up for the season right now. Dale 4, Jazz Hands 1. Bottom of the 8th, Breathmints and Millennials are still pretty close right now. Let's keep an eye on this for a moment. Dominic Marijuana batting for the Millennials. Millennials are 1 run behind right now, but they have someone on first and second. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Alex Trololo pitching for the Breathmints. And Dominic Marijuana strikes out, looking to out. Someone on first and second. McLaughlin Scorpler batting for the Millennials. Millennial fans holding up signs with a little scorpion on it. Isn't that adorable? Stoydell, thank you for the follow. McLaughlin Scorpler hits a double. 2-point scores. The Millennials have taken the lead over the Breathmints. Millennials 9, Breathmints 8. The Shoe Thieves Firefighter game has wrapped up. Shoot Thieves have won with a complete shutout. Sorry, Chicago. You've been burnt by the Shoe Thieves. Shoe Thieves 5, Firefighters 0. Sorry, Chicago. Let's keep an eye on this Breathmints Millennials game for just one more moment. They've just switched. Mints are batting now. Let's jump through the league while we wait for that to heat up. Top of the 8th, Magic still dominating 11-5 against the Tacos. The Sunbeams and Tigers game has ended. Tigers 9, Sunbeams 3. Congrats, Hades, on defeating Hellmouth at this third game. Crabs and Pies. Crabs have won the game 4-2 against the Pies. Spies and Moist Talkers are still going. Spies 4, Moist Talkers 3. Top of the 9th for the Wild Wings and Garages. This should be ending soon. Wild Wings 10, Garages 5. Final score for the Flowers v Fridays. Fridays 4, Flowers 1. And bottom of the 9th for the Stakes and Lovers. Stakes just shut the game down. Stakes 3. Congratulations, Dallas fans. And sorry to San Francisco. Lovers have lost that game. Let's jump back up through the stands. Right now, the Millennials are still holding on to their lead, 9-8 at the top of the 9th against the Breathmints, but the Breathmints have someone on first and second with 2 outs. Eduardo Ingram just hit a single. Boyfriend Monreal, fan favorite of the Breathmints, is batting now with 2 outs. There's a strike looking. Isabeth Guerrera steals third base. Foul ball for Boyfriend Monreal. And Boyfriend Monreal strikes out looking. The Millennials have won against the Breathmints today. Folks, congratulations, New York fans. Magic is still dominating against the Tacos 13-5. And the Spies and Moist Talkers are still going at it. Spies leading 4-3. Wild Wings still dominating the Garages with their flavorful baseball plays. Sorry, don't know what that word is. Podrick Payne, thank you for the follow. Wild Wings 10, Garages 5, and we'll cover all of the end game scores here in just a few moments. Houston Spies batting now. They are still leading 4-3, top of the 9th. Bottom of the 8th between Magic and Tacos. Magic is still dominating with an 8-point lead right now. Magic 13, Tacos 5. Thank you so much, all of my followers out there and everyone chatting. It's been a great day for Blaseball and a great day for sports. Let's do a quick run through of the remaining games in the league. Bottom of the ninth right now, Wild Wings still absolutely dominating, 10-5. Top of the ninth with the Spies and Moist Talkers. Spies 4, Moist Talkers 3. A Flighty Grim, thank you for the follow. The rest of the games have already wrapped up besides... Oh, we had the Wild Wings Garages just shut down, 10-5. It looks like the Spies and Moist Talkers are our last game of the broadcast day and of the season. We will do a brief recap of scores here in just a moment. Young Ho Benitez batting for the Spies to out someone on first base. Let's see if they can help distance the gap from the Moist Talkers. Roman statues, my pleasure helping you out through this busy afternoon. Strawberry Mouse says, tacos are having a bad game, pouring out my Baja Blast to pay respects. The Moist Talkers are now batting. Let's see if they can turn it around. Jesus Koch batting for the Moist Talkers. 3 balls so far for Koch. Let's see what happens. And draws a walk. Jordan Hildebert, the pitcher for the Spies, might be tiring out after a long season. Eugenia Garbage batting for the Moist Talkers. Ball 1. Let's take a quick look at Eugenia's stats. Eugenia is a 3-star. We might see some action here. 2 balls so far for Eugenia, though. 3 balls. Hildebert seems to be flagging. And Eugenia Garbage hits into a double play. 2 outs right now. Richmond Harrison, the last hope for the Moist Talkers to potentially tie this game. There's a ball. And another. Hildebert is really flagging right now. Strike swinging. And a foul ball. And another, and let's see what happens. Richardson Harrison strikes out looking. That's the game. That's the season. This is Blaseball. Thank you all for watching, and let's go through the points here in just 1 second. Let me grab a quick sip of coffee before we go through the end of this season, folks. Oh, Magic and Tacos are still going? You're right, I totally missed it because it seems like such a slaughterfest. Thank you, fans. Let's jump back over there to see if maybe the Tacos can pull some magic out of their hats. Wyatt Mason batting right now. 2 outs, 1 person on third. 2 balls, 2 fouls. Third ball, Wyatt Mason might be taking a walk. And strikes out looking. That should shut that game down. That's the game. This is the season's final standings. The season is over. Postseason will begin soon. Let's run through the league. On the good league side, Dallas Stakes, 72 wins, 27 losses. Chicago Firefighters, 60 wins, 39 losses. Los Angeles Tacos, 45 wins, 54 losses. Kansas City Breath Mints, 41 wins, 58 losses. San Francisco Lovers, 29 wins, 70 losses. The Boston Flowers, 51 and 48. Charleston Shoe Thieves, 50 and 49. Yellowstone Magic, 49 and 50. Hawaii Fridays, 45 and 54. New York Millennials, 44 and 45. Over on the Evil League, Hades Tigers, 63 and 36. Philly Pies, 61 and 38. Baltimore Crabs, 49 and 50. Mexico City Wild Wings, 47 and 52. Hellmouth Sunbeams, 37 and 62. I keep saying Canadian, and that's wrong. I need to be better about it. Canada Moist Talkers, 55 and 44. Tied with the Breckenridge Jazz Hands, 55 and 44. Thank you, UTexFan18, for the follow. Houston Spies, 46 and 53, tied with the Seattle Garages with 46 and 53, and the Miami Dale, 45 and 54. Thank you, sports fans, for tuning in. This is the end of our human broadcast day, but I do want to take a few moments to just talk to you all. Thank you again, and I'm going to take my radio host hat off for a moment and set it aside. Thank you so much for your watching and chatting and hanging out and Twitter follows and all the fun and great stuff that's been happening. This has been a lot of fun. I'm glad that this has been fun for other folks out there. Just fantastic. Thank you all so much. Let's get that radio host hat back on. I'm your radio host. This is the last day of our broadcast week. Thank you, Battle Stump, for the follow. We will not be covering the off-season. My mortal vocal cords need to rest. The schedule plans for the rest of our streaming career at this point is to do 3 days per mortal week in the main season. Specific days and times will be posted on Twitter as we know them. We're trying to lean more towards evenings and afternoons, but my mortal job may affect that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you so very much. If you have a moment, take the time, pop onto Twitter, tell the Blaseball Commissioner that they're doing a great job. I am not affiliated with the Blaseball Commission in any way, shape, or form. I am not paid by them. I'm just another fan like all the rest of you out there. If you have a moment and you have the monetary means and you are comfortable doing it, maybe consider kicking in some money to their Patreon to keep the servers from exploding. I'm not an economist, so I don't know how they transmute cash into keeping a server from exploding, but it's something to consider. If you cannot afford it, it's okay. Everyone understands that not everyone is in a safe enough place to do that right now, and that's okay. Don't feel guilty. Just be a sports fan. So many bits. Thank you for the follow. Thank you all so very much for watching today, folks. It's been a wonderful day for sports. I'm your radio host. We'll see you sometime next week. Keep an eye on Twitter at Blaseball_radio for stream times. Thank you again from the bottom of the multitudinous hearts that we've acquired so our hearts can go out to as many fans as possible. Thanks again, and have a great time of day where you are.